30 years now, and I want to thank Mike for giving me this opportunity to share my story with you. Got 5 minutes or less here to give you a little story kind of about my faith in my life and God's grace in my life. I was brought up in the church by both of my parents, who always set a good Christian example for me to follow. I was baptized when I was 17 years old and joined the military at 22. Once I joined the military, I started to fall away from my Christian upbringing for a period of time. It was only by a few near-death encounters in Afghanistan that made me realize that I was not invincible and needed to rededicate my life to God, who is all-powerful and the only one who could protect me. After being away from the church and living an ungodly life for over 3 years, it was really one dramatic event that made me rededicate my life to the Lord. In August of 2005, I, along with 2 of my teammates, were blown up by a faulty door charge. My teammate in front of me was dying with 3 big holes in the top of his chest lying right beside me. My teammate behind me had part of his nose blown off and some shrapnel in the lower part of his stomach. And I had a hole in the right frontal lobe of my head from a piece of shrapnel. As I lay there on the ground covered in my own blood, listening to the sounds of the aftermath of the explosion and halfway conscious, I said a little prayer asking the Lord to forgive me for the way I'd been living my life. I promised Him that I would rededicate my life to Him if I made it out of this situation alive. When God heard my prayer that day, as He always does, and I have renewed my relationship with Him from that day forward. I have continued to grow in my faith and dedication in serving the Lord, and will for the remainder of my days here on this earth. Remember what God told Jeremiah in Jeremiah 1:5. Before I made you in your mother's womb, I chose you. Before you were born, I set you apart for a special work. We all were placed on this planet for a special assignment. Don't wait for something traumatic to happen to you before you dedicate your life to the Lord, because you may not get another chance to fulfill your assignment. Thank you.